Well, we had really good movement pre-market, just a nice ripper. Going into the session, it ended up turning into what it was yesterday, of just being a total chop fest, which is kind of boring and hard to trade. I really want to execute at a high level. Ended up feeling like I started to force it at the very end, so was a one and done trade. Missed a trade by a tick, or 3 ticks, excuse me. Went right to target, put another trade on, and then yeah. So we're gonna go and recap today's trade from my live stream, which happens every morning at market open, 8:20 a.m. Central Time on my main channel, Trades by Matt. This was done on my 20, 50K Apex funded accounts. You can use code TBM for the best discount always. Let's dive into today's recap. Yo, good morning. Sorry, I'm a little late. And the market's absolutely ripped on the overnight session, huh? We are up 1.7%. Pretty much a straight grind. News wise on the session, we had housing starts come out at 7:30. Industrial production come out at 8:15. Other than that, the only thing left for Friday is rig counts if you're a crude oil trader at noon. We got the overnight highs that were right before the open at 680, rejecting the magical 80s pretty nicely for a 100-point yoink. That's crazy. That's 100 points right there. Jeez. My chart was on like 40-point increments. That's kind of insane, especially when yesterday we started out at 5-point increments. Okay, so the overnight highs up at 680. We obviously just rotated 100 points off of that. We have overnight lows down at 210, so 370 points lower. We are above yesterday's value area high. We are above VWAP, and the trend is obviously up. It's kind of what it looks like to me. This is what the daily chart looks like. I mean, honestly, rejecting the top of that little range right now, so I think it's a pretty important spot. We'll see what happens today. We get through it, it could be interesting, right? Yesterday was not my favorite type of data trade. It was pretty slow and choppy. Got a few text messages about people saying the same thing, so we'll see what today brings. Obviously, a lot more volatility so far to start us off. We'll see if that continues or not. All right, first 5 minutes of the day almost done. Nice dump so far to start the session. I mean, just on regular, since the open, we're down 100 points and some change. 650 down to 550. And I didn't say it earlier, but let's remember to be smart and be patient. Wait for those quality setups. Execute at a high level that we can be proud of. Take base hits and don't look for too much. Don't be too greedy. Let's have a good day, yeah? The reason I say take setups that you'd be proud of, it comes from this concept that I picked up from DJ Shipley, like ex dev guru or whatever it's called, Navy SEAL Team 6 guy. And he always ends all of his Instagram posts with "be a pro," and he's talking about with like shooting ranges and like tactical stuff, like be a pro. But I like that same thought process with trading and what we're doing here, right? Obviously there's a bunch of people in the chat that are not necessarily pros yet, right? We're all like, it's a daily goal for all of us, right? Maybe you're trading full time, maybe you're not, but at the end of the day, we should all be executing at a high enough level to where we are being as professional as we can, right? Be a pro. I love that thought process, especially with trading, because it's very easy to start slacking and, you know, you start just like throwing trades around that you know you shouldn't be doing, and like going into like that classic tilted manner or, you know, degen behavior or whatever. It's like if you can have that be a pro kind of sitting in the back of your head, it just kind of helps you stay leveled a little bit more. Got top of the hour here at 9, 2.5 minutes. I like the liquidity lower, to be honest. Especially with Delta being kind of heavy, but I want a little bit more push than we're getting. I'm going to try a short, most likely. Granted, we've been rejecting 50 kind of over and over again. I hope this doesn't turn into yesterday. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. All right, dad joke of the day, everybody. Here we go. For Friday, January 17th, what do dogs eat for breakfast? What do dogs eat for breakfast? Woofles. Womp womp. Okay, we'll read out the weekend joke also. Okay, Saturday and Sunday, January 18th and 19th. Why was the big cat disqualified from the race? Because it was a cheetah. That's better. Middle of the range here, chat. Dead middle of the movement so far. It's what our gray line is. Middle of the first hour. Oh, we do have a holiday on Monday. That's a good call out. I actually forgot to say that. We do have a holiday on Monday. It's a United States holiday, Martin Luther King Day. As well as the inauguration, I believe, is on Monday. Markets will be a half day. TBD if I'm going to come over or not. All right, there's the 500. That's good. That's what I mean. That's what we wanted to see. Now we got VWAP here. We got a little juice through 480. We're really not going to run the low. We're going to get within a point. Within 2 points of running the low and not do it. There we go. It's technically a new low. And VWAP. Is VWAP going to hold though is the question. It's good for 14 points. Back through it though. I feel like we sweep it. Do it. Do it, Nasdaq. It is the bottom of the range, so it's a very much very sketchy short. If you're gonna take it, it's definitely sketchy. Got an 88 block at 80 though. That's interesting. This types of thing though is where I if I'm gonna see some continuation, I really want us to close strong through VWAP. Strong closes through VWAP on a 5-minute chart usually have a lot of continuation. Be a lot more of a clear signal on what to do as opposed to just trying to play whatever this is. I mean, maybe it's truly a range. I don't know. It's obviously that way first hour of the day. This feels wrong to fade this, to be honest. But I mean, you could go with 60 short, get stopped out at 70 potentially on the move into new highs. Yeah, I mean, you could potentially even do it on the high of this little move where it looks like this. I don't think this gets filled out, to be honest. With Delta kind of trying to roll over a little bit. Looking at volume. Volume at 60. Right into the chop zone. No fill. We just don't even have that many like aggressive selling going on. That much aggressive selling going on. I do like the magnet and a point of control. It's dead middle of the range. I think it's if you're short, I think it's a pretty decent target, to be honest. Once we have a nice push in the last minute of this 5-minute candle. It's just hard because you're having to step in front of that, which is not a good play. I'm happy I took that off. It was definitely the smart thing to do there. There are some times where the last minute of a 5-minute candle is just screwy. This is one of those where it's like it flips red, kind of sweeps it a little bit, and then just closes really strong. 2 days of just bummer, huh? That's a little bit of a ligma. Delta divergence at the highs. It's just really hard to trust that. But it's playing. All right, this is interesting to me. If I can get the fill, purely because we got a ligma going here. So delta divergence, price made a new high, delta made a high, price makes a new high, delta does not make a new high. Push back into volume, rotate it back down into volume. So push into volume at 70, rotate back down into volume at 60 would be interesting. Could we absolutely push this through? Yes, it's also top of the chop range. So my stop is just on new highs, risking 7 points. Missed the fill by a tick or so, probably 2 ticks maybe. And that's the play. Well, damn. Missed it by 3 ticks. Bummer. That was honestly that was the cleanest look I've seen so far today, to be perfectly honest. It was a delta divergence, top of the range, retest into volume for a target of volume. All of those things I like. I just missed it by 3 ticks. So that's just is what it is. There's like, it's almost like, it's just kind of like, it could have been slippage for, I mean, depending on order size, I could have gotten filled or not filled, right? But now we've got a big block there. 111 sitting at 70. I'm no longer interested in that. It was a good look. It's honestly, if I can find a good look, helps the mental out, especially on a day like this where it worked out really well. It went right to target. I missed it by 3 ticks. This is what it is. At least I was able to find a look that played out, right? It's kind of nice. I mean, Delta's just been kind of getting slowly nuked. We'll see if we can get some life here or not. If we don't, it's kind of an interesting spot. $65 prior opens, interesting. Missed my tick again. I got filled out. What to say? Pushing nice. I get fully stopped out there. 10 points. Actually, not 10 points. 11.5 points on the stop there, running new highs. Maybe I should have pulled it off of the tick. Missing by a tick. Ended up rotating 80, almost on the dot, slapping immediately. I think we go rotate, honestly, back down into 55s. It's kind of gross. I'm with you, Hayden, dude. I might be calling it, and it might be a see ya Monday. And even Monday, I don't know if I'm gonna really find anything that's worth taking. It's a half day on Monday. Just a reminder, chat. Half day on Monday. Yeah, I don't know. I missed that first trade by 3 ticks. Missed that trade by a tick. Ended up leaving it on. Normally, if I miss it by a tick, I should probably pull it. I don't want to try and fight this back. Ooh, trying to force something in the next 30 minutes, so I'm not going to. I'm going to call it here.